Hello and welcome to Sansad TV. You're watching Rajya Sabha News with me, Vishal Dahiya. Let's take a look at the headlines first. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu disallows opposition MP's demand to suspend day's business to discuss rising fuel prices, says issue can be debated during discussion on the appropriation bill. Rajya Sabha proceedings from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. from tomorrow. Chairman gives account of productivity, informs that MP's attendance in Upper House rose over 5% this year, expresses concern over low attendance in meetings held for demand for grants. Chairman extends greetings on International Women's Day. In a special discussion, many MPs demand reservation for women in Parliament and legislative assemblies. Let's now take a look at the news in detail. Now, Rajya Sabha proceedings will begin from 11 a.m. and function till 6 p.m. from tomorrow. The MPs will now be seated in Rajya Sabha chamber and galleries only while maintaining social distancing. The second part of the budget session commenced today after 3 weeks of recess. During the second part of the session, the government will focus on getting demands of grants for the financial year 2021-22 passed along with the finance bill, which carries various tax proposals. Now, the bills listed by the government include the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority Amendment Bill, National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development Bill, Electricity Amendment Bill and Cryptocurrency and Regulation of Official Digital Currency Bill. Now, the budget is scheduled to conclude on 8th of April.
On the request received from many members from various parties, Honorable Chairman has decided that from Tuesday, that's tomorrow, the 9th March 2021, the sitting of the Rajya Sabha will commence from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. as per usual timings of the House. The members will be seated in the Rajya Sabha chamber and the galleries only with some distancing. Details of the sitting plan will be intimated to the party members today.
Rajya Sabha witnessed repeated adjournments on the first day of the second part of the budget session amid uproar by opposition members seeking a debate on the issue of frequent increase in fuel prices. As the chair decided to continue the scheduled question hour, opposition parties began shouting slogans seeking a debate on the issue. The chair kept on asking members to go back to their seats and not deprive members from the question hour. The House was first adjourned till 11 a.m. and later on till 1 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. as opposition members continued raising slogans on the issue.
Right. We are not discussing in issue.
और हाउस को चलने दें, आपकी कोई बात रिकॉर्ड पे नहीं जा रही है. कृपया आप जानते हैं.
Earlier, leader of the opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, gave a notice for suspension of business to discuss huge and frequent increase in prices of petrol, diesel and LPG, even when global prices are running low. However, Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu did not allow the discussion, saying the issue can be debated during the course of discussion on the appropriation bill.
It is a burning subject, and throughout country, people are agitated. That's why we are requesting you to suspend all the rules under Rule 267 and give us a chance to speak on this subject. And ultimately, what the government is going to tell about this, we will see. Sir, you are well aware, and it is not new to you. Now the petrol prices nearly 100 rupees per litre, and the diesel prices are more than 80 rupees.
And for more on this, we're joined by our correspondent from inside the Parliament House complex, Kriti Mishra. Kriti, welcome. The first day of the second half of budget session, not quite a good show there on the first day itself in the upper house. Quite a lot of slogan shouting, and the chairman seemingly was not at all pleased and happy.
Well, absolutely, Vishal. We've seen the productive session as far as the first part of the budget session was concerned in both houses, Rajya Sabha as well as in the Lok Sabha. But talking about Rajya Sabha today, of course, Leader of the Opposition raised this issue demanding 267 on the fuel prices. The chairman clearly said that this issue can be raised during discussion on various bills and also during discussion on appropriation bills. But of course, the disruption continued, and thereafter the question hour was washed away, and we also saw repeated disruptions wherein the chair urged the members to go back to their seats, allow the house to function. Chairman also made a very important point there and saying that repeated disruptions undermine the rights of the other members. But of course, the Congress members refused to relent, and we saw repeated adjournments, and thereafter the house was adjourned till tomorrow. Vishal?
Okay, one more aspect important which has come out during this particular first day is the change in timings which has been announced there in the House, Kriti. From tomorrow onwards, that's from Tuesday onwards, it will be from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So if you could tell us more about the reasons behind that change and how will it work?
Well, Vishal, if you recall, it was during the first part of the budget session of Parliament wherein several members requested Chairman to ensure that all the members are seated in the Rajya Sabha chamber only and also in the Rajya Sabha galleries instead of the staggered sitting arrangement in the Rajya Sabha galleries, the Rajya Sabha chamber and also the Lok Sabha chamber. The members said that we need a more coordinated approach, a more cohesive approach. Chairman also said that he would discuss with several leaders and get back to the members on this. And there, of course, today we saw this important decision that was made wherein the Rajya Sabha will sit from 11 a.m. tomorrow. Of course, needless to say that all the social distancing norms and also the COVID protocols would be kept in mind. There would be distancing as well as all the sanitization procedure that we are seeing that would also be in place. So, of course, a very important decision there that Rajya Sabha proceedings would be from 11 a.m. tomorrow onwards. Vishal?
Okay, indeed, there it is. Thank you so much, Kriti Mishra. So obviously, the upper house of the Parliament will be back to the normal functioning. That's from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., almost a year after the COVID pandemic struck during last year's budget session. Let's move on now to some more piece of news. And the chairman, M. Venkaiah Naidu, gave an account of the examination of the demand for grants for 2021-22 of various ministries undertaken by the 8 department-related parliamentary standing committees of Rajya Sabha during the 3-week recess after the first part of the ongoing budget session of Parliament. He informed the House that the 8 committees of Rajya Sabha have spent 12% more time this year on examination of demand for grants of 18 ministries over that of last year.
The attendance of the members of the upper house increased to 58.24% this year from 52.57% last year. 50% of members of Rajya Sabha attended all the meetings of respective committees as against 36% last year. However, the overall attendance of Lok Sabha MPs declined to 31.86% from 46.37% last year, and the number of members who attended all the meetings of the committees has fallen to 26.21% from 35% last year.
Over the last 5 sessions, this August House has been recording high productivity even as we have had some testing times. The productivity of the House during the first part of the ongoing budget session has been about 100%. I would only expect this trend to continue during the second part as well.
The 8 department-related parliamentary standing committees of Rajya Sabha held 21 meetings for the total duration of 70 hours 27 minutes this year, as against 20 meetings for a duration of 63 hours last year. Chairman informed the House that 4 of 8 committees met for a duration of 5 hours 25 minutes to 6 hours 25 minutes in a day. The Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice reported the highest attendance of 51.19% this year, while the Committee on Commerce reported the highest improvement in attendance of 40% as against only 32% last year. There was a required quorum in each of the 21 meetings this year, while 3 of the 20 meetings held last year did not have the quorum. Chairman Naidu expressed concern over low attendance of members of non-BJP and non-Congress parties in the meetings held for scrutiny of demands for grants. He informed that the attendance of such other parties and groups has fallen to 27.6% from 40% last year. Consequently, the overall attendance this year in the 21 meetings has fallen to 42% from 48% last year.
I am happy to inform the House that the committee of Rajya Sabha, 8 committees, spent 12% more time examining the demand for grants for 2021-22 than in the case of last financial year, 2020-21. The committees held a total of 21 meetings this year for a total duration of 70 hours, 27 minutes, as against 20 meetings with a total duration of meeting of 63 hours last year. The participation of the members of Rajya Sabha in the meeting of these 8 committees have improved substantially over the last year. The overall attendance of the members of this August House in the meetings this year has risen from 58.24% as against 52.57% last year. The attendance of the members of the Lok Sabha has, however, declined to 31.86 this year from 46.37 last year. Yet another significant improvement, 39 members of the Rajya Sabha, accounting for 50% of the 78 members of this House on these committees, have attended all the meetings of the committees this year. 36% of the Rajya Sabha members have attended all meetings of the committee last year.
The 8 committee of Rajya Sabha have a total of 242 MPs as members, including 78 from Rajya Sabha and 164 from Lok Sabha. Kriti Mishra's report for Sansad TV.
Okay, Kriti Mishra, our colleague, is still with us from inside the Parliament House complex. Kriti, if we are looking at those figures there, then quite an impressive one, not only in the previous session productivity, but also if you're looking at the, the proceedings of the standing committees, 12% more time spent. The attendance of the members in these committees have also gone up very significantly.
Well, absolutely, Vishal. And here it is pertinent to mention that Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has repeatedly urged the various leaders of political parties to ensure that there is better attendance in these committees, and also there is better functioning of these committees. So, of course, today he made a very important, he informed the members about this very important development, wherein over last year, there's improvement of around 12% in the committees serviced by the Rajya Sabha. These are 8 department-related parliamentary standing committees. Last year, if these committees spent around 63 hours, this year it was around 70 hours. And of course, the Committee on Personnel, Public Grievances, Law and Justice had the best attendance. But of course, a very important point to mention here is that Chairman also expressed unhappiness over the attendance of non-BJP and non-Congress members in these committees, and also he urged the members to take the meetings of these committees very, very seriously. Vishal?
Okay. So there it is. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all that information coming in from inside the Parliament House complex. Let's move on to the next story here. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu extended greetings on International Women's Day today. He lauded the achievements of women, calling it a day to celebrate and honor the untiring commitment and determination of women in India and throughout the world to achieve equality, justice, and economic development.
We need to strive for realization of the values and principles enshrined in our Constitution, which provides for equality of status and opportunity and enjoins upon every citizen to renounce practices derogatory to the dignity of woman. Our nation as a whole cannot progress and rise to full potential if one half of it is restricted in making new contributions. So let us resolve on this occasion to remove all barriers, psychological, socio-cultural, economic and political, that deny women their due. We need to ensure an environment that allows women express them to their full potential in the form of both words and deeds. On behalf of all members and on my own behalf, I place on record the appreciation of the services rendered by the women members of this House and also the women citizens of the country for the development and prosperity of the nation, and I wish more strength and power to them in the future also.
Now, several MPs in the Parliament also spoke on this particular day and expressed their views on the floor of the House.
अगर मैं छत्तीसगढ़ की बात करूं तो तीजन बाई जो एक अनपढ़ महिला थी, तीजन बाई से लेकर कल्पना चावला जो आसमान में रही, धरती से लेकर आसमान तक महिलाओं ने सर्वत्र अपना जौहर दिखाया है। चाहे आज के समय में चाहे फाइटर लड़ाकू विमान चलाने की बात हो, बस उनको अवसर मिलने की आवश्यकता है। जब राजीव जी प्रधानमंत्री थे तो उन्होंने महिला आरक्षण पंचायती राज में और नगरीय निकाय में लाके महिलाओं को अवसर दिया। सर, आज महिलाएं सभी जगह सशक्त हैं। मैं चाहती हूं सदन के माध्यम से आज विशेष दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में कि विधानसभा और लोकसभा और राज्यसभा में भी महिलाओं को आरक्षण मिले।
महिलाएं राष्ट्र लेवल पे काम कर रही हैं, पर शासन की नीतियों से कहीं ना कहीं महिलाएं दुखी हैं। महिलाएं आज सुरक्षित नहीं हैं। बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ का नारा दिया, लेकिन कहीं भी लगता है कि महिलाएं सुरक्षित नहीं हैं। महिलाएं आज महंगाई को लेकर बहुत ज़्यादा परेशान हैं। हम निवेदन करते हैं देश के आपके माध्यम से, मैं निवेदन करती हूँ, खास तौर पर महिलाओं का किचन का बजट बिगड़ चुका है, इसलिए महंगाई पे चर्चा हो और महंगाई कम किया जाए।
मुझे वो दिन भी याद है जिसमें हमारे 3 तलाक का मुद्दा था। इस सदन में लोगों ने जिन विषयों को रखा, 3 तलाक, जो लोग पीड़ित थे उस बहन से पूछिए 3 तलाक शब्द से वो कितनी भयभीत होती थी, और राजनीति के तुष्टीकरण के कारण, तुष्टीकरण की राजनीति ने हर बार उनको मरने के लिए मजबूर किया। 3 तलाक का मुद्दा आज ऐसा मुद्दा रहा कि इस सरकार ने, हमारे प्रधानमंत्री जी ने ताकत के साथ में शुरुआत करी।
आधे से अधिक हूं पर अधिकार से वंचित हूं। तो ये जो सारे क्षेत्रों में बराबरी की बात हो रही है, जहां पॉलिसी नीतियां गढ़ी जाती हैं, वहां पर अभी तक हम लोग इस कंक्लूजन पे नहीं पहुंचे हैं कि कितना प्रतिशत स्त्रियों का होना चाहिए। सर, ये कौन अधिकार देता है, ये मैं पूछना चाहती हूं। तो आधे से अधिक हूं पर अधिकार से अभी तक वंचित हूं, इस पे विचार किया जाए।
हमने 24 साल पहले ये शुरुआत की थी पार्लियामेंट से कि हम 33% रिजर्वेशन लाएंगे महिलाओं के लिए। मैं मानती हूँ 24 साल के बाद हमें ये जो आंकड़ा है 50% कर देना चाहिए। जब हम 50% आबादी हैं तो 50% हमारा रिप्रेजेंटेशन क्यों ना हो, पार्लियामेंट में हो या असेंबली में क्यों ना हो।
Many audits have shown that not more than 6% of women have got a role of leadership. So we must think about it, and we can make a beginning, sir, by bringing the legislation on the 33% reservation for women in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, because it has been proved, sir, that even during the COVID-19 pandemic, in many countries, women heads of government in Denmark, Ethiopia, Finland, Germany, Iceland, New Zealand, Slovakia, they have been widely recognized and appreciated for their quickness, for their activeness, for their effectiveness in the nation's response to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Sir, a question was asked in this honorable house, how many women sarpanches have taken, have been there in the last 30 years after the 73rd and the 74th amendment? And so the answer given by the minister was more than 1 lakh sarpanches, women sarpanches have come in this country. This would not have been possible unless there's a vision. Sir, I wish that all these women get access to all the schemes, all the rights that have been given by this constitution, and every woman, empowered woman, should see that another woman gets empowered. Thank
you. ऐसी हमारी बहनें पूरे सारे कार्यक्षेत्र में, चाहे वो हम वायुयान की बात करें, चाहे ट्रेन की बात करें, चाहे पार्लियामेंट की बात करें, चाहे सामाजिक जीवन की बात करें, चाहे टीचिंग लाइन की बात करें, चाहे डॉक्टर की लाइन की बात करें, कोई भी ऐसा क्षेत्र नहीं बचा है जहां पर हमारी महिलाओं ने सम्मान न बढ़ाया हो।
पंचायत में हो या पार्लियामेंट में हो, जिस तरीक़ा से हमारी बहनों का सम्मान हो रहे हैं, आज त्रिस्तरीय पंचायती राज में 50% आरक्षण भी मिली, उसके साथ साथ बहनें हमारी आगे आई, और आज मुझे बताते हुए हर्ष हो रहा कि हमारी सरकार के कार्यकाल में 78 महिलाएं लोकसभा में और 27 महिलाएं राज्यसभा में प्रतिनिधित्व कर रही हैं।
The Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu made an important observation in the House today and said that members can wear traditional gears but must refrain from wearing party symbols. He insisted that all sides must adhere to this principle.
Members, I have an advice that members who come to the House, they can wear their traditional headgear or angavastram or whatever it is, but it's better to avoid party symbols. The moment once you enter into the hall, we have to maintain. This applies to all parties, not to one party or one symbol.
Complimenting Mallikarjun Kharge on becoming the new leader of opposition in the Rajya Sabha, Chairman expressed confidence that the vast and diverse experience of Kharge will benefit the House significantly.
The Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, I have already said it. I got it examined. There is no precedent. I have said it in the House. Again, if you ask me, what can I do? The Minister of Parliamentary Affairs, Sri Prahlad Joshi ji, Honorable Leader of the House, Sri Tawarchand Gehlot ji, Honorable Leader of the Opposition, Sri Mallikarjun Kharge ji, leaders of various parties and groups in the House, and respected members. I extend a warm welcome to all of you to the second part of the ongoing budget session of Parliament. On behalf of the entire House and on my own behalf, I compliment Sri Mapanna Mallikarjun Kharge ji on assuming the office of the Leader of the Opposition in the Rajya Sabha. He is one of the long-serving leaders of the country with vast legislative and administrative experience. Sri Kharge ji was also leader of this largest party in Lok Sabha, opposition party in Lok Sabha during 2014 to 19. He was also leader of the opposition in the Karnataka Legislative Assembly twice during 1996 to 1999 and in 2008. Sri Kharge ji has been a legislator since 1972 and having been elected a record 9 times successively to the Karnataka Legislative Assembly and has been a member of Lok Sabha twice during 2009-19. He has the distinction of being the leader of the opposition on his first election to the Rajya Sabha. The leader of the opposition has a major role in enabling the smooth functioning of the House as per the rules of procedure and convention of the House. I am confident that this august House will benefit significantly from the rich and diverse experience of Sri Kharge ji, who has witnessed the functioning of the legislature in the state and centre, both from right and left side of the chair.
And in another observation, the chairman urged the MPs to make effective use of the Parliament Library, which has a rich collection of about 14 lakh books besides hundreds of journals in several languages. He referred to the need for an in-depth and analytical understanding of the issues taken up in the House, for which the 100-year-old Parliament Library
Honourable
is
members,
the best place.
Quality debates and discussions enrich the proceedings of the legislature. Sufficient homework is required on the part of the members to make such quality contribution to the debates and interventions. Legislators do have some broad understanding of major issues taken up in the legislature, but an in-depth and analytical understanding of each issue makes the real difference. This is possible only through study of books and journals from time to time on chosen subjects. The library is the principal source of such enhanced understanding. The Parliament Library is completing 100 years this year. It has a huge collection of about 14 lakh books, including hundreds of journals in all the languages. I am told that the footfall of the members of Parliament in this source of information and knowledge is not very encouraging. The Library Committee is taking some initiatives like organizing displays to acquaint the members of Parliament with the range of books available. I urge upon all the members of Parliament to make effective use of Parliament Library for making a difference to the debates.
3 new members took oath as Rajya Sabha members today. The 3 members were elected during the by-poll necessitated after the resignation and demise of members. BJP's Dinesh Chandra Annavedya and Ramabhai Mokadia and Bishwajit Daimari were administered oaths. Dinesh Chand J. Annavedya and Ramabhai Harijbhai Mokharia were elected from Gujarat. The seats fell vacant following the demise of Congress MP Ahmed Patel and BJP MP Abhay Bhardwaj. Bishwajit Daimari was elected from Assam as a BJP member after he resigned from BPF. The upper house mourned the demise of former members Vidya Sagar Nishad, M. Rama Joyce and Satish Sharma. The house also observed silence in the memory of the departed.
Sri Vidya Sagar Nishad, Sri Rama Joyce and Sri Satish Sharma. I request the members to rise in their places and observe as a mark of respect to the memory of the departed.
That's all we have in this edition of Rajya Sabha News. Keep watching Sunset TV. Thank you.